Now, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Ernest Aite, has questioned the spread between the current deposits and lending rate within the banking sector. According to him, this is as a result of a lack of proper structures within the banking space. He's urging the Bank of Ghana to address the persistent challenge that is affecting almost all the sectors of the economy. He was speaking at a book launch titled Central Banking in Ghana and the Governors, Institutional Growth and Economic Development, authored by Ivor Agyeman-Duah.
The book recounts the life and challenges of the 14 governors who have directed policies over the past 65 years. It further talks about how the Bank of Ghana has become a gold standard for inflation targeting, a monetary policy committee with its much-awaited monthly press release on the state of the economy. At the launch, Professor Aite preached for a more independent central bank.
We are today in a world where digital currency is very much on a growth path. It's growing in many places. In Africa, we hear about it. Nigeria has taken the lead in trying to understand and regulate it. Other countries are following a lot more. But there are a number of persistent challenges that we haven't addressed, despite all these improvements over the last 30 years. So today, after more than 30 years of experimenting, we have a situation where the gap between, or the spread between deposit and lending rates remains extremely high. It's something that for over 30 years we've been trying to resolve, haven't been able to. And it's a reflection of the structure, not simply of the central bank, but of the entire banking system. Why have we failed to address the most obvious and the most difficult challenge that our manufacturers face, our farmers face, our service providers face? The widespread between lending and depository. Why is it so difficult? It's a structural issue, clearly.
Author of the book, Ivor Agyeman-Duah, delved more into the role of the central bank in fighting counterfeiting.
If one read the World Bank report of 58 years ago and what we went through in the last 12 months, over expenditure on capital projects, domestic and foreign borrowing, outstanding debt repayments, negative energy economics, low exports and imports ratios, of import covering standing of weeks, they were mostly fiscal decisions tipping the scale.
On this part, First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Poku-Afari, said discussion on monetary policy and many other contents of the book will provide a good basis for constructive and intellectual public discourse on the author's views and assertions.
This book, however, does that and will therefore go a long way to fill the gap in the body of knowledge on the economic thinking of the various governors that have transitioned through the Bank of Ghana. So on behalf of the Governor, Dr. Ernest Addison, let me therefore take this opportunity to express the bank's appreciation to the author for the vision and efforts put into publishing this book. Undoubtedly, I believe this book will enhance public understanding on the workings of the central bank, particularly the much debated concept of the institutional operational independence and accountability of central banks.
The book is voluminous but holds attention and is also far from ordinary in terms of its coverage and content. James Shen's report for Joy Business.